How's it going? My name is Trev with Studio Z. We're a music production company that has scored over 1,000 campaigns across 3 different continents. I want to break down and show you one of the most beneficial ways to get better as a composer in our industry. Our industry revolves around scoring tracks from scratch for brand campaigns. So let's go ahead and make a track together. So there's a website called adsoftheworld.com. And what this is, it's a huge collective of brand campaigns. So you can literally click on any of these and see some pretty incredible work. But what we're gonna do here is we're gonna find an ad that resonates with us. We're gonna download the ad, and then we are going to rescore the music to it. I'm gonna click on this one because my wife is a dental hygienist. And come on, it's a toothbrush.
Brilliant brush heads. Keep your mouth in shape and your body healthy. Curaprox Hydrosonic Pro.
All right, sure, let's do that one. All right, so the first thing that we're gonna want to do is bring the movie into our project. So I'm using Logic Pro, which has been my DAW of choice for a while. And now I have the movie here. So now what I need to do is sync up the tempo with the movie file. And honestly, this is probably one of the most challenging parts of our business, at least in my experience. 100 emails in a day, then have the tempo match. Okay, so I was able to sync it. The music picks up right around here. So what I'm going to do is duplicate this audio file, and Logic has a built-in stem splitter, which is really cool. And I'm just gonna take the vocals from that. That way I just have my voiceover.
Brilliant brush heads. Keep your mouth in shape and your body healthy.
So something else I'm going to do before I start actually making the music is I'm going to add a marker right where the music comes in. So I know, hey, this is where I have to start picking things up. A lot of this work in the front half is sound design. So we'll try to do as much as we can. So I don't want to just copy over this track. I want to add my own take on it, but I want to get close to the vibe. And that's what we're looking to do. We're not looking to make a perfect replication. We're just taking inspiration from this, because when you get projects, you'll get sent a reference track, and you want to get as close as you can to the reference track without it really being clear what the reference track was. So the goal is just to get as close to the original as we can with putting our own twist on it. So it's a very 80s sounding track. So I'm going to start here with the Lindrum.
Brilliant brush heads. Keep your mouth in shape and your body healthy. Curaprox Hydrosonic Pro.
All right, before I add on any other percussion, I'm just gonna get a bass line down. Again, we don't wanna copy, but we do wanna take inspiration from this. That's kind of cool. All right, I think that's a pretty solid foundation to build from. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add to the drums just to beef them up a little more. All right, I think I'm gonna add like a big clap on every other snare hit. This is a production technique that I love doing on my projects. It just keeps the drums continuously evolving. It makes them not boring. And it just gives them motion, I guess, is the best way to describe it. All right, and I'm gonna add just some weird percussion over top of it. Ooh, that'd be cool to lead it in with. I think that's sort of similar to what the reference track did as well. So yeah, that's what we'll do to lead it in. And just to show you how adding all these little layers makes a huge difference. So this is the drums that we started with. Okay. These are with the layers. So it just adds this interesting dynamic that just keeps it going. It makes it not boring. And that's a hard thing because this is only like 10 seconds of music. So you have to make 10 seconds very, very impactful. So let's leave drums for now and let's move to the synths. So we have this bass synth here, but I think I want like a pulsing bump, 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 bump. Let's listen to the reference track one more time.
Brilliant brush heads.
I think there's an ARP bass in there. I can't really tell. The higher synths kind of take over it a little. Let's try this one right here. And I'm gonna change the tuning of this as well, because I think I'm playing in the same chord range as the reference track. Oh, you know what'd be cool? There's a free plugin that I use all the time called the Magic Switch. And putting this over the bass, yeah, that's a pretty cool vibe. And let's blend these basses in. And it's such a small little thing, but I color code everything in my projects. So drums will always be this orange, basses will always be this, is that purple? I'm colorblind. I don't know if it's actually purple, but I want visual separation so I can quickly go to whatever section that I need to adjust. All right, I'm gonna add a retro synth in there as well. And I'm gonna add some kind of like higher arpeggiated synth in there, but get like a lot of chorus on it. Just really get that cool, warbly 80s vibe. And a quick tip as well, because I am not a good keyboardist at all. I take this section by section. So like I recognize, okay, the first bit of the arpeggiator is gonna be, and then I'll just record that and we'll move on to the next part. So just to show you what I mean. So now the next bit of arpeggiation, now I gotta figure that out. And I'll probably actually just go back and forth. That might be good. And let's add the magic switch to that. Let's see if that kind of changes up the vibe a little. It sure does. I love that plugin so much. All right, now I'm gonna add, I guess, just layers underneath that synth. Maybe just fits. That's pretty cool. So something that we wanna do from time to time as well is just bring our voiceover back in and make sure that nothing we're doing is interfering with the voiceover.
Brilliant brush heads. Keep your mouth in shape and your body healthy. Curaprox Hydrosonic Pro.
So we gotta add some kind of high melody as well, because in the original song it's that. So I'm gonna find some kind of 80s sounding lead. Let's start with these band halls. Those are pretty cool. I think that could be like a good layer. All right, so let's run through it and see what we come up with.
Brilliant brush heads. Keep your mouth in shape and your body healthy. Curaprox Hydrosonic Pro.
All right, now let's find another lead to go over top of that. That one's pretty cool. just gonna add some delay under that just to give it a little more space. Yeah.
Brilliant brush heads. Keep your mouth in shape and your body healthy. Curaprox Hydrosonic Pro.
I think one more little clap at the end just to send it off might be good. I'll do one here as well. All right, so I want to add some kind of cymbal riser now. So let's add just a couple of risers in there just to give it a nice cool transition into it. I'm gonna get rid of the claps at the end. I don't think that really fits. All right, so I think that's pretty much it for the 80s sounding track when everything really picks up. What we need to do now is this meditative part in the beginning. One thing that I'm gonna change up, I think the opening meditative drone notes is not in the same key as when the song picks up. So I think I'm just gonna do something that's more so in line with the melody and the key that we're in. So a really great free resource out there for composers is gonna be Labs. There is a paid option called Labs Plus, which I do pay for, but I mean, I use this all the time. So it's definitely worth it. So I'm just gonna find something that's just really droney. Probably from this Harmonic Flights patch right here. That's pretty cool. I always hate just using like a preset as it is, but that sounds pretty gnarly. All right, and I'm just gonna dial back the highs on this. There's just a little too much movement. And let's see if we could add just some kind of layer over top of that. Yeah, I don't think I'm feeling that lower drone. It's too cinematic, atmospheric. We need to kind of dial it back a little to therapeutic. And like we're in a spa. Like if I had some kind of like singing bowls, but I don't think I do. So I'll just find something that we can sort of just replace that with. Yeah, let's try this pedal pad. That might not work either. Let's try that. Yeah, there's too much movement going on. This is hard. This is kind of a hard piece of the puzzle to figure out. Yeah, I gotta go more serene with it. Ooh, maybe flutes is the way to go. Let's try these flutes. I think that might be it. All right, so I think I'm pretty much done with the track. So now we are ready to mix this. We don't want to spend too much time mixing because most of the time with these projects, you only have like a day to turn it around pretty much. So a really neat trick that I like to use is called the mono trick. Essentially what we're gonna do is we're gonna put everything in mono and then we'll be able to hear what is fighting with what. So we're able to get just such a good sense of clarity because we directly know what elements of the mix are competing. So let's go ahead and start mixing. This is what it sounds like mixed out of mono. And then just to bring everything together, I'm actually gonna use Ozone to do a quick master. Because again, in this industry, deadlines are so important. We don't really have the time to sit here and get the perfect mix, the perfect master. Just get it as good as you can. And I love using the mastering assistant. All right, so let's pull up the final film, listen to everything together, and this is what we ended up with.
Brilliant brush heads. Keep your mouth in shape and your body healthy. Curaprox Hydrosonic Pro.
Cool. So as you can see too, I mean, there's not a lot of tracks going on here. And many times too, like think about the commercials that you watch as well. Listen to the music. Is there really that much going on? Most of the time, no, there's not. I mean, there's such a small number of tracks here, but it's just about selecting the right sounds. Your sound selection is going to be just as important as the actual composition itself. But yeah, this entire project took me a little under an hour to complete. So if you want to better exercise your composition skills, this is something that you can do for like an hour a day. Just find an ad and rescore it. This way is what we teach our students in our academy to do. And it is one of the key building blocks to becoming a successful freelance composer. Is being able to be familiar with your sounds, being able to craft compositions from scratch in a short amount of given time. And if you want to know more about our world and how we turn musicians into remarkable craftspeople making music for brands, we created for you a free 1-hour training. Just hit the link in the description and we'll see you on the other side. Peace.